All right, welcome back to Problem Solver Politics. I am your host, Cardin Ellis, with Cody the Oracle.
Hey, everyone.
And we also got another guest in studio. It's been an amazing week with guests. The YangGang is moving to Vegas. Straight from LA to Vegas. It sounds like a marathon or else a really good road trip movie. We've got Michael Kim with us in the studio, who is literally packing his bags, about to move to Vegas to try and birth his very own YangGang. Michael, welcome to Problem Solver Politics Studios, my man.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So, hey, tell us what you're doing. Daniel introduced me to you, and apparently you're the most enthusiastic member of the YangGang here in North LA County. You are the ones that's making the really cool Yang for Us stickers that you give out free.
Yes. Go to yangforus.com.
Uh-huh.
And there's a form. I just ask for an address, and I will mail them to you for free.
All right, sweet. So what are you doing? You're going to Vegas. Tell us what's going on. I heard a bunch from Daniel, but I want to hear out of your mouth. What's going on?
Yeah, so Vegas is in Nevada, obviously.
Yeah.
And Nevada is the third state to vote. And there is not enough importance on the early states: Iowa, New Hampshire, Nevada, South Carolina.
Yeah, everybody focuses on Iowa and New Hampshire, but they kind of forget the little brother, Nevada, that is trailing right behind.
Yeah, so Nevada's right there. It's only a 4-hour drive away. And there's 3.3 million people in Nevada. 70% of that is in Vegas.
Uh-huh.
The most densely populated city out of all of the early states. So I'm going to go there and, yeah.
And just raise some hell Yang style, huh?
Yep.
So what's the strategy? Now, first off, that is awesome dedication. You're literally just packing your bags and changing your domicile. And what are you going to do? Just Airbnb it? You're going to sleep on the streets? What are you going to do?
I'm going to rent a house. I'm going to take a couple buddies. I'm going to find some other YangGang roomies, and we're going to have a Yang house.
That's awesome.
Wow. Okay, so if you guys are in Vegas and you want a Yang aficionado as a roommate, we've got a roommate for you. And you're just going to set up there, and you're making a strategic choice, it sounds like. You want to do as much influence for Andrew Yang in Nevada as you can to try and bump him up in the early states. Am I correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what are you going to do? Just start like going door to door? Like what?
Yeah, well, that's partly it. We're gonna do some mailers, flyering, papering, tabling. Yeah, everything.
I was
Everything
saying,
you can think about.
dude, you gotta go to just go to the casino or something and stand by a slot machine and just tell people when they walk by, hey, if you Google YangGang on your phone right now, I'll give you like a $5 pull, and you get to keep whatever you win. People
Screw
like,
a $5 pull. People will do it for a quarter, man.
Yeah,
that's the one-armed bandit.
I guess you're right. Well, start with 5, and then, like I said, if so many people are doing it, you have to lower the. It's one of those good problems, right? Where it's okay, penny slots, but still.
Actually, what a video, Cody. What if we went up to Vegas?
Yeah.
What if we went up to Vegas?
I'm down, Vegas. Let's
we
go.
just straight up crashed with Michael and walked around with
Sorry, Michael, we're crashing with you.
Yeah. And or he might have to be crashing with us. It depends on how good that living situation gets over there. No, I'm just kidding. But we just walk around with a roll of quarters and tell people, hey, if you Google Andrew Yang, I'll give you a quarter.
Yeah, or like a game like I don't know how they would like it, but there's games like Baccarat, where you could very easily say, hey, I'll bet. Like, tell me what to bet. Here's a $5. Here's a $1 chip to bet on Baccarat, or like anyone who plays Baccarat familiar with the game. There's like the one thing if you make a lot of money, like fun stuff like that. Like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna bet in a hard 8 with $5 if you Google Andrew Yang. You know, obviously it's tough because it's money, but I don't know. Casino games with mixing with Andrew Yang, right? There's stuff.
Wow, that is hardcore. And then also, what we were just joking around in our live stream, that how funny would it be if somebody had a stamp that a lot of people in the chat were suggesting a stamp that said, where's the other $999? Like if there's any place where cash is effective as a single, it's going to be in Vegas. Like what gorilla? I mean, you make cool stickers. Like you got cool stickers, but I'm thinking what Vegas centric. Oh, dude. What if you got a stripper to get a tattoo? That would be dedication.
That is exactly where Morgan's mind would go. Oh my god! Well, hold on, really quickly though. I want to get into something a little more serious here because I think this is a good point. Like Michael was bringing up, this is the results from the Democratic caucus in Nevada in 2016. Cardin, Michael, look at that. I want you guys
Yeah.
to tell me anything jump out at you as kind of odd about those numbers.
Well, obviously, okay. So Hillary Clinton beat Bernie Sanders,
But with how many people voted?
6,316
Like,
for
nobody
Hillary,
voted.
5,678 for Bernie.
Those are the district votes. 84,000 people voted in
No,
the caucus.
I believe in the total primary. Sorry, I can move it over. But there's most of them are voting for Republicans. On the Democratic side, you look and it's very few people.
Wow, that is interesting because Nevada politics are also kind of corrupt in the sense that Harry Reid's footprint is so large. There's a Republican
and Harry
family
Reid, man.
there's a Republican family. There's this really interesting book that was called The Tale of Two Parties, or I can't remember what it was called, but what had happened was the author had studied two prominent political families, Harry Reid's family in Nevada, and it was in like Tennessee or Kentucky, one of those states. Both states had something in common, that like there wasn't a statewide office that wasn't held by the spouse or an arm's reach family member of the governor. Like basically his cousins, his nieces, his nephews, everything from the intern at the local county court all the way up to straight up the governor's office was basically the extension of one family. Like that one family's political influence was incredible. And in Nevada, Harry Reid has an insane amount of political influence just from family members that have ended up taking political appointments there. So it's interesting that the establishment influence there. Obviously, I'm not trying to take any air out of your balloon. I think it's amazing what you're doing, but I'm looking at those stats. And if Bernie Sanders is getting 5,300 votes and Hillary's getting over 6,000, those aren't huge. That's very reachable. Like that's very doable.
Yeah, but again, that's not the individual votes. It's divided up into their city districts. But 84,000 people voted in Nevada, and you only need like 30% of those to take the state.
Okay.
So
what are you gonna do on day one besides look for a house? Start Craigslisting it or what? Just who wants a free sticker?
Like there's so many opportunities to advertise, and we're already thinking about like new creative ways to advertise, and you don't have to go the traditional way of mailers and billboards and all that. The possibilities are infinite.
All right.
This is funny. I was just looking through those New York Times articles, going through some of the stuff, and they highlight that if you look, when it came to the densely populated counties, which it looks like essentially is the county Vegas resides in, Clinton dominated. And you look at the more sparsely populated counties, and you could see the green, which is the Sanders, start popping up all over there. So I think it's really interesting. I think, the place you can like convince the most voters is like Vegas for the people. Like that seems to be where the mainstream Democrat stronghold was. And then people are kind of more open, it seems like, outside of Vegas. But I thought that was really interesting.
Also Reno is an interesting city. I lived in Reno for a summer. I was actually an area sales manager for Orkin Pest Control up in Reno. And it's
the biggest little city, dude.
Yeah, the biggest little city in the world. I'm curious to see if maybe there wouldn't be some interesting work to be done up there. So anyway, hey, how can people connect with you? How can people, if we got any Las Vegas, Nevada YangGangers, how can they reach out to you and communicate with you and connect with you? How do people follow you?
You can find me on Yang for Us on Twitter and Instagram. But I'll find you.
Yeah, but I'll find you. That's awesome. All right. Okay. So we are here with Michael Kim, who is hitting Vegas to basically birth a YangGang contingency out there, a cell, if you will, okay, of just YangGang enthusiasts. He's going to be handing out dollar bills to all the gamblers. And no, I'm just kidding. And awesome. Well, thanks for coming today, Michael. We're actually really curious to see what happens. Like
stay in touch, man.
How this works out and what it's like just showing up into a city fresh. And I'm actually surprised nobody else has thought of what you've thought about, because they all flood to Iowa. They all flood to New Hampshire. But gosh, Nevada's third in line. You'd think that'd be super important as well. I'm surprised that other candidates haven't hit that as hard. Everybody worries about Super Tuesday and then kind of forget about Nevada. So anyway, everybody, please comment below. If you got any suggestions for Michael, let us know what you think. sign up for his page. Let him know what you think. If you haven't liked that, like this video yet, please like it. If you haven't subscribed yet, there's actually a little icon right here you can subscribe to. If you haven't seen our last 2 videos and know what we're all about, or maybe you're new to Problem Solver Politics, check out our last 2 videos right here. There's going to be some icons right here. And if you haven't, if you want to contribute to the channel, make sure you guys check out the PayPal link that is in the description. We would love to hear from you. Love your contributions. This is Problem Solver Politics.